Welcome you back to Brent Brown Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University for the final game of the 5A State Baseball Tournament. It's winner take all between Pleasant Grove and Jordan. The winner will win the 2014 Class 5A State Championship. Pleasant Grove is set, and Smoot delivers our first pitch to Mason Kruger, who pops it high up on the infield. And there to make the play is Ben Eldridge, and there's one away already in the top of the first. We'll give you the starting lineup for the Jordan Beat Diggers. Leading off was third baseman Mason Kruger. Colton Shaver, the catcher, will hit in the second spot. Cale Hathaway in center field hits third. Mason Hayes at first base will hit fourth. Drew Lisk, the shortstop, hits in the 5 spot. The pitcher tonight will be Morgan Gomez. He'll hit 6th. Christian Bailey in right field hits 7th. Seth Butterfield, the DH, hits 8th. And Parker Anderson, the second baseman, will round out the order as once again we see the intentional pass given to Colton Shaver. And Colton Papik will come in to pinch run, number 6 for Shaver. He won't pinch run, he will just courtesy run. And the first pitch is going to be on its way here to Cale Hathaway. It's taken for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Smoot delivers the 1-0 pitch. That one stays away for a ball. And it's quickly 2 balls and no strikes. The lights have come on here at Brent Brown Ballpark. And we're set for this afternoon ball game. The 2-0 pitch. That one low for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Thank you for tuning in on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. I'm Ryan Pickens. I'll be calling the action in this decisive game of the state tournament. A 3-0 pitch is high, ball 4, and Jordan has 2 men on here in the top of the first inning, and Mason Hayes will be coming to the plate. Defensively for Pleasant Grove, not very many changes from their Game 1 lineup. In the outfield, Braden Cox in left, Seth Peterson in center, Sam Merrill in right. On the infield, Matthew Wild at third, Easton Walker will be at shortstop, Ben Eldridge at first. And the breaking ball is in there for a strike to Mason Hayes, and it's 0-1. Over at first base is Brody Blackhurst, and Peyton Henry's behind the plate. So no balls and a strike to Mason Hayes, and the 0-1 pitch is going to be low and away for a ball, and that will even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. The shortstop, Drew Lisk, in the on-deck circle. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Smoot kicks and delivers the 1-1 pitch. That's swung on and fouled away. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitching in this one for Pleasant Grove, it's going to be the left-hander, number 6, Jade Smoot. He pitched 1 inning in the first game, going 1 innings, allowing 2 walks and 4 batters faced. And Hayes swings, hits that one deep out to left field. Running it down and making a diving catch is Peterson, tagging and advancing down to third will be Colton Papik, the courtesy runner. And Jordan has runners on the corners here with 2 outs in the first inning, and Drew Lisk coming to the plate. Jordan in the all-whites as the visiting team in this one. They will occupy the third base dugout. Pleasant Grove in the powder blue tops, white pants, and will be in the first base dugout. We're set, ready to go. Drew Lisk, the shortstop, in with 2 outs, and the delivery on its way is high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Blackhurst will hold Hathaway on, and the pitch is swung on and popped up. This one's on the infield. It'll be Easton Walker calling for it and making the catch. And the inning comes to an end as Cale Hathaway fell when he rounded second base, and he's not getting up. So for Jordan, they go pretty much 1-2-3 after getting 2 men on. And at the end of the first half inning, it's Jordan 0, Pleasant Grove 0. You're listening to the 2014 Class 5A State Baseball Championship game on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. We move to the bottom of the first inning at Brent Brown Ballpark. The Pleasant Grove Vikings coming up, and this will be their starting lineup. Leading off will be the shortstop, Easton Walker. Ben Eldridge, the second baseman, will bat second. Peyton Henry behind home plate will hit third. And they're going to face the left-hander Morgan Gomez, who delivers the first pitch behind Easton Walker for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Jade Smoot, the pitcher, hitting fourth. Braden Cox in left field hits fifth. Sam Merrill in right will hit sixth. Brody Blackhurst at first hits seventh. Seth Peterson eighth, and Matthew Wild hits ninth. The 1-0 pitch is just off the plate for a ball, and it's quickly 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls and no strikes, and Gomez delivers home, and that pitch is in there for a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Defensively, it will be Cody Davis in left, Cale Hathaway in center, Christian Bailey in right as the 2-1 pitch stays away for a ball, and it's 3 balls and a strike to Easton Walker. Mason Kruger is going to be at third. Drew Lisk at short as the 3-1 pitch is in there, and the count will go full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. At second, Parker Anderson, Mason Hayes at first, and Colton Shaver behind the plate. And the 3-2 pitch to Walker's high, ball 4, and Pleasant Grove will get the leadoff men on here in the bottom half of the first inning, and Ben Eldridge comes to the plate. Eldridge was 0 for 3 in the first ball game. And Pleasant Grove will likely play here the sacrifice bunt and try to move the runner in to scoring position in the bottom of the first. Working from the stretch, Gomez checks the runner, kicks and delivers home. Bunch laid down, right back to the pitcher. Gomez is going to field it. His throw to first, not in time. They're going to say it looks like it's going to pull Hayes off the bag. And Pleasant Grove has runners on first and second with nobody out. And now that's going to bring up Peyton Henry. Looks like they're going to give Ben Eldridge there a base hit. So a single for Eldridge, and now Peyton Henry comes up with a couple men on and nobody out. And the first pitch is going to be a bunt that's fouled away, no balls and a strike. As it's Jordan and Pleasant Grove, the winner will be the 5A state baseball champion. Running at second, Easton Walker, Ben Eldridge over at first, and it's Peyton Henry, the catcher, at the plate with an 0-1 count. Gomez kicks, delivers the 0-1. That's off the plate for a ball, and it evens the count of 1-1. The first game going to Pleasant Grove, 4-3. One ball and 1 strike. Gomez checks the runner at second. Working from the stretch, kicks and delivers home. Bunts laid right back. Gomez is going to go to third. They're going to get Easton Walker, and there's 1 out here in the first, so they are able to get the lead runner. And Eldridge advances to second, so now with 1 out, the situation doesn't really change very much. And Jade Smoot, the pitcher, will come up to the plate here and try to help his own cause in the bottom of the first inning. Lefty on lefty matchup here with Gomez checking the runner at second. And will deliver home. The first pitch is swung on, grounded to second. Anderson's going to bobble it. It's going to roll in a shallow right. So coming around third, Eldridge is going to score, and Pleasant Grove has taken a 1-0 lead. Something there that appeared to be routine got away from Anderson, and it's 1-0 Pleasant Grove. And it looks like they're going to give Smoot there an RBI single. And we're going to have a courtesy runner now over at first. Wait to try to see the number. And it's going to be Coleman Edward coming in to run as Braden Cox will come to the plate. And the first pitch is low for a ball to Braden Cox. 1 ball and no strikes to the count. Cox getting some signs here from his head coach in the third base coaching box. 1 ball and no strikes. Gomez is set, kicks and delivers home, and that one swung on, line to left. It's going to fall in front of Cody Davis. He's going to throw into third, and it's not going to be in time. And Pleasant Grove has loaded the bases here with 1 out against Morgan Gomez here, and Sam Merrill will come up with the bases loaded. Sorry, Chase Merrill, not Sam Merrill, was another player in the tournament on another team. So Chase Merrill will step up here to the plate with 1 out and the bases full of Vikings. Chase Merrill was 0 for 3 with a run scored in the first game. Bases full. Gomez kicks and delivers home, and that's on the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Anderson and Lisk up the middle for Jordan playing double play depth. Runners at the corners with Hayes and Kruger. No balls and a strike. And the kick and the delivery on its way. Swung on and fouled back, and it's 0-2. Or it's 1-1 to Chase Merrill. Peyton Henry at third, Coleman Edward at second, Braden Cox over at first. Gomez set, and the 1-1 pitch stays away for a ball, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Brody Blackhurst, the first baseman, would be up next for Pleasant Grove. 2 balls and a strike. Gomez working from the stretch. And delivers home the pitch. Swung on and missed, and it evens the count. And I guess that was strike 3. So the first strikeout for Gomez, the second out here of the inning. And Brody Blackhurst will come to the plate. And Blackhurst will try to deliver the big hit here. Gomez kicks and delivers home, swung on, and that one's rolled foul over by the Pleasant Grove dugout. No balls and 1 strike to count to Blackhurst. Gomez works from the stretch. And the 0-1 delivery on its way. Swung on, that one's hit into left field, but right to Lisk, who's there to make the catch. And the first inning comes to an end, but Pleasant Grove does score first. They score 1 in the bottom half to take a 1-0 lead. At the end of 1, it's Pleasant Grove 1, Jordan 0. You're listening to the 2014 Class 5A State Championship game on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Top half of the second inning coming up. The Beat Diggers of Jordan will send up Morgan Gomez, Christian Bailey, and Seth Butterfield. Against Jade Smoot, and the first pitch he delivers is a ball as Morgan Gomez ducks to take it. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Smoot set the 1-0 pitch, and that hits the outside corner, and we're even 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, one strike pitch comes in and bounces high and gets to the backstop, and it's 2-1. Set and ready to go. Jade Smoot kicks and delivers the 2-1 pitch. Bounces in again, ball 3. And the count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. Gomez, Bailey, Butterfield coming up for Jordan. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. It's strike 2, and the count will now run full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Morgan Gomez. Outfield playing pretty straight away for Pleasant Grove, and the 3-2 pitch. That one stays high, ball 4, and Gomez is on here to start the second inning. So Jordan gets the leadoff man on, and Christian Bailey, who has moved from the infield out to the outfield, will step in. And it looks like Ryan Cedillo is going to come in and run for the pitcher, Morgan Gomez. And Christian Bailey will square and bunt, and Smoot delivers, and he pulls the bunt back and takes a called strike on the inside corner, and it's no balls and 1 strike. 1-0 Pleasant Grove, top of the second inning. Time called, and Bailey will step out of the batter's box. Matthew Wild comes in and will play a step or 2 in front. And now he'll charge on the bunt. It's laid down. It's fielded by Wild barehanded. His throw over to first in time. And there's 1 away. So a good sacrifice bunt there by Jordan puts the tying run now in scoring position. And with 1 away, the designated hitter Seth Butterfield will come up. Butterfield went 0 for 1 in the first game, went 1 for 1 in the first game. And the pitch swung on. That one's hit deep out into left center field. Peterson going back. He is going to make the leaping catch for out number 2. They're going to wave everybody around. Here's the throw. Sliding it safe is going to be the runner, Cedillo. So probably one of the longest sacrifice flies you're going to see, as Peterson had to make the diving catch out there in center field, and Cedillo able to come all the way around. And they appealed to second base, and they're going to say Cedillo did not leave early, and we're tied at 1 here in the second inning. So a sacrifice fly that scores Cedillo from second. And there's 2 outs. Credit Seth Butterfield with an RBI. And Parker Anderson stands in. And the first pitch he takes is a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Anderson was 0 for 3 in the first game. And the 0-1 pitch is going to bounce in there for a ball. And the count goes even at 1 ball and 1 strike. So it didn't take long for Jordan to answer. And the 1-1 pitch on its way home from Smoot. A breaking ball that gets in there at the knees. And the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Parker Anderson. Smoot set once again, working from the windup. Kicks and delivers the 1-2 pitch. Anderson swings and pops that one up. Blackhurst giving it a look. Merrill along with Eldridge, but no one's going to get there. So we'll redo the 1-2. Some early action going down in the Pleasant Grove bullpen. It looks like Cade Caldwell, number 16, is starting to throw. The 1-2 pitch on its way. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And Parker Anderson down on strikes to end the second inning. But Jordan does get 1 run to tie this one. We head to the bottom of the second at Brent Brown Ballpark. Jordan 1, Pleasant Grove 1. You're listening to the 2014 Class 5A State Baseball Championship game on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Bottom half of the second inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark. And the Pleasant Grove Vikings coming back up in this tied ball game. It will be Zach Peterson, the center fielder, to lead it off. Earlier I said Seth Peterson was in center field for Pleasant Grove, and I meant to say Zach Peterson. So Peterson went from the right side here against Gomez, and the first pitch is in on the corner with a fastball for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Zach Peterson, Matthew Wild, and Easton Walker coming up. No balls and a strike. Gomez kicks and delivers home, and that's on the outside corner. They're going to say Peterson went, and it's 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to count on Zach Peterson, who made a great play out in center field defensively in the first, a diving catch. But the 0-2 pitch is called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. So the second strikeout of the night for Gomez. There's 1 out here in the second inning, and Matthew Wild will step up. So Wild will stand in. In the first game today, he was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And Gomez kicks and delivers home, and he takes the first pitch, which is a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. 1 ball and no strikes, and Gomez kicks and delivers the 1-0 pitch. That's low for a ball, and it's quickly 2 balls and no strikes. Wild set in the box. Gomez set ready to go from the stretch. The kick and the delivery. The 2-0 pitch is swung on and fouled back, and it's 2-1. Jordan N. Pleasant Grove. I locked at 1 here for the state championship. The 2-1 pitch, Gomez kicks and delivers home. That swung on and hit out to right. Bailey going to give it a look out on the warning track. He's there to make the catch, and there's 2 outs. So Wild put a charge into that one and misses a home run by a couple of feet. And with 2 outs, back to the top of the Vikings lineup, and Easton Walker. Walker walked in the first, and then got retired on a sacrifice bunt attempt, and the first pitch is taken for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 ball and no strikes to the count to Easton Walker. The kick and the delivery home is high again for a ball, and it's quickly 2 balls and no strikes here to Easton Walker. The 2-0 pitch, Gomez set, ready to go. And kicks and delivers the 2-0. That one's in there at the knees, and it's a called strike, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and 1 strike. Morgan Gomez sets and kicks and delivers home. That one swung on and fly ball hit to right. Bailey gonna give it a look, and he dives, and the ball, it looks like, went over the fence and was foul, so it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the count will even up at 2-2 on the Pleasant Grove leadoff hitter. As Morgan Gomez looks to work out of the second inning here. The 2-2 pitch, the kick and the delivery on its way, just off the plate for ball 3. And the count will run full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Easton Walker has done a good job for the Vikings in that leadoff spot, taking pitches. And here he sees the 3-2 pitch low and inside, ball 4. So for the second straight inning, he is on with a walk. And that's going to bring up Ben Eldridge, the second baseman. Eldridge reached on a ball that was hit hard at Parker Anderson at second base, and Anderson didn't come up with it cleanly. And then he came around to score later on in the inning. So he'll stand in from the right side, wearing number 3. Eldridge working from the stretch and throws over, and back safely is going to be Easton Walker. Walker will get his lead at first, a couple of steps, maybe 3 off first base. Gomez delivers home, and that bounces in and stopped by Shaver. It's 1 ball and no strikes. 1 ball and no strikes here with 2 down in the bottom of the second inning. And the 1-0 pitch as Gomez delivers home. That one low and inside for ball 2, 2-0. So Morgan Gomez having a hard time now finding the strike zone as he's got a 2-ball, no strike count. Runner gets his lead, Easton Walker at first. And Gomez checks the runner. And kicks and delivers home the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and grounded foul down the third baseline. And we'll get set for the 2-ball, 1-strike pitch. Mason Kruger playing pretty close to the line at third. Hayes holding on, Walker at first. The 2-1 pitch coming home. Breaking ball swung on and missed. And the count evens up at 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. We'll see here if Easton Walker might not take a chance at trying to swipe second here. The 2-2 pitch, a pickoff move. And Walker back underneath the tag as Hayes had to reach over Walker to make sure he caught that. And that ball would have been down the right field line. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gomez sets, kicks and delivers home. And Eldridge swings. It's that one deep to left. If it's fair, it's gone. And it is foul. Eldridge was able to turn on that and just got around it a little too early. It's 3:05 to left down the left field line, and that cleared the 3:05 mark, but got on the wrong side of the foul pole. It's 4:08 to dead to straightaway center field, 3:12 down the right field line. The 2-2 pitch, Gomez delivers that one inside ball 3, and the count will run full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count will run full. Easton Walker likely going on this pitch. And he is. That was lined right back to the pitcher who was right there. Gomez stuck his glove out and caught it. And Eldridge is retired at the end of 2 complete innings here from Brent Brown Ballpark. It's Jordan 1 and Pleasant Grove 1. You're listening to the 2014 Class 5A State Championship Baseball game on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. As we welcome you back to Brent Brown Ballpark, Jordan 1 and Pleasant Grove 1 for the 2014 Class 5A State Championship. The top of the Jordan lineup, Mason Kruger, takes ball 1 from Jade Smoot, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Kruger 0 for 1 tonight, popped out to second. And the 1-0 pitch on the way, and that's going to be just above the belt, and it's two balls and no strikes. Jade Smoot, the left-hander, set once again, the 2-0 pitch. Swung on, that ball is hit out to right, fairly deep. Merrill gonna go back, looks up, that ball is gone. A home run for Mason Kruger to right field, and that will be the first hit for Jordan tonight, and it gives the Beat Diggers a 2-1 lead. That was a ball that didn't really look like it was going to be out of here off the bat, but the wind blowing out towards right field kind of helped that one get out of here, and Merrill just kept going back and just ran out of real estate. And now a visit out to the mound here for Pleasant Grove. They'll talk everything over here with Jade Smoot, as Colton Shaver will be the next hitter. Now, typically what we've seen, and we're going to see an early pitching change here for Pleasant Grove. They're going to make a pitching change. We'll take a short break. It's Jordan 2, Pleasant Grove 1. You're listening to the 2014 Class 5A State Championship Baseball game on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Top half of the third, Mason Kruger goes yard, and that will chase Jade Smoot. After only 2 complete innings of work, he allows 2 runs on 1 hit. And now the new pitcher is going to be number 18, Logan Carlson, to come in the ball game for the Vikings. And I think they are gonna pitch here to Colton Shaver. They've been intentionally walking him throughout the contest. And the first pitch is a ground ball hit to second. Eldridge just bobbles it, and reaching will be Colton Shaver. So Eldridge wasn't able to field it cleanly, and so Shaver will reach, and he will be lifted here for Colton Papik. Will come back into run, and that will send up Cale Hathaway to the plate. So Jordan taking control of the momentum right here. And we'll see what they can do here with Cale Hathaway coming up to the plate. Hathaway walked back in the first, and the delivery home. Bunt shows. That one's low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. As number 18, Logan Caldwell, takes over on the mound. Or, I'm sorry, Logan Carlson, number 18, takes over. 1 ball and no strikes to the count. Carlson will throw over to first. Diving back safely is Papik. Infield for the Vikings, Walker and Eldridge, a double play depth. And Carlson working from the stretch. He'll throw back over again. And Papik was back safe. So 1 ball and no strikes to the count. The delivery on its way home is swung on, line down the left field line, fair ball. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Papik will make the turn. He'll go into third, and going into second with a double will be Cale Hathaway. So Jordan's getting their bats warmed up. They have a home run and a double now in the inning, and Mason Hayes, the first baseman, comes to the plate. Pleasant Grove will bring the infield in with nobody out here in the third, try to cut the run down or keep the run from scoring. Carlson delivers the first pitch, and Hayes grounds that one to first. Blackhurst will take it to the bag, and now will elect to just tag out Mason Hayes. And there's one out. So just what Pleasant Grove wanted. They got a ground ball in the infield that prevented the run from scoring. And now Drew Lisk will come in. Lisk has popped out to short to end the first inning. The danger with bringing the infield in like this, though, is you don't have as much time to react on something hit hard. And the pitch is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. So if a ball is hit hard, you don't have time to run in the hole to get it. It's going to basically get through, so you have to hope it's hit right at you. The 0-1 pitch on its way home. The bunt show, they pull it back, and it's taken for a ball, 1 strike. Papik, the runner at third, got a nice secondary lead down the third baseline there, with Wild having to come in. 1 strike the count. The kick and the delivery on its way home is swung on. That ball is hit down the right field line. It's going to slice foul and will make the count 1 strikes. 1 strikes the count on Drew Lisk. Lisk in the first game was 1 for 4 with an RBI. Outfield straight away for Pleasant Grove. The 1-2 pitch, the kick and the delivery home is swung on line, right back up the middle for a base hit. Papik will score. Hathaway rounds third. He will score. And it's 4-1 Jordan here in the third. So a 2-run single for Drew Lisk now will bring Morgan Gomez, the pitcher, to the plate. Now the hard part right now that you have to watch out if you're Pleasant Grove, you don't want to get down too many runs here early on. And the pitch is out on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. Still only 1 out here in the third, and 3 runs in for the Beat Diggers. Drew Lisk, the runner over at first. The 0-1 pitch is just a tad off the plate and evens the count of 1 strike. One strike. Lisk gets his lead at first, being held on by Blackhurst. Bunt showed. Gomez pulls it back and swings and comes up empty. It's 1 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes here with 1 out and the delivery home. That one bounces in the dirt, and it's ball 2, 2 strikes. Christian Bailey on deck for Jordan. Getting his lead over at first is Drew Lisk. Logan Carlson set from the stretch. Delivers the 1-2. That swung on and fouled straight back to the screen. Jordan and the All-Whites as the visiting team. Pleasant Grove, powder blue tops and white pickoff move. Lisk just back in underneath the tag. The throw over from Logan Carlson was over there pretty quickly. So 2 strikes. Gomez hitting from the left side of the plate. And the 2-2 pitch is on its way home. Swung on and chopped to second. Eldridge is there. He goes to short. And they got him at second base. Holding on there was Walker on the toss. So Gomez out on the fielder's choice. And with 2 outs, Christian Bailey will come to the plate. In fact, they're going to call the runner at first base out. It looks like what they're going to say is that the runner sliding into second caused the runner's interference, and so that will end the inning. So we head to the bottom of the third at Brent Brown Ballpark. Jordan 4, Pleasant Grove 1. You're listening to the 2014 Class 5A State Championship game on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
Jordan, the top half of the third inning, there were 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 beat in the air. No runners left on base.
Bottom half of the third inning at Brent Brown Ballpark. The double play ends the inning. And the Vikings will come up 3, 4, and 5. Peyton Henry, Jade Smoot, and Braden Cox coming up. So here comes Peyton Henry. He reached on a fielder's choice, and the first pitch from Gomez is a fastball on the outside corner. And it's no balls and a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Gomez sets and delivers home the 0-1. And that's on the outside corner again for a called strike 2 with the slider. And it's 0-2 to Peyton Henry. No balls and 2 strikes. Gomez delivers, and that one's a fastball that misses well off the plate. It's 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. Gomez delivers home. That one's just off the plate for a ball. And the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gomez set, gets the sign from Shaver again, and delivers home the 2-2 pitch. That's outside ball 3. So Gomez was once ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Came back with 3 straight balls, and now the count runs full. Gomez kicks and delivers home. That one's called strike 3 on the inside corner. The third strikeout of the night for Morgan Gomez, and that's going to bring up, it will not bring up Jade Smoot. It's going to bring up Logan Carlson. Number 18 will now hit in Jade Smoot's spot. So Logan Carlson stands in and swings and fouls the first pitch back. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to count to the right-handed hitting Carlson as Morgan Gomez delivers the 0-1. That one swung on and chopped over to third. Kruger coming in, and it goes off his glove. He took his eye off it just for a split second to check the runner, and then he misplayed it. And I believe that will go down as an E5, and it will. So an error against Mason Kruger will now bring Braden Cox to the plate. Cox singled back in the first as Coleman Edwards will come in. Coleman Edwards will come in and run at first base here for Logan Carlson. And Braden Cox stands in 1 for 1 with a single. And the first pitch on its way is low for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Chase Merrill, the right fielder, on deck. Morgan Gomez set from the stretch and delivers home the 1-0 pitch. That swung on and hit to right, but it's going to go foul, and we'll redo the 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike here with 1 out in the bottom of the third inning for the Pleasant Grove Vikings. The 1-1 pitch, Gomez kicks and delivers home, swung on and fouled straight back to the backstop. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Infield up the middle for Jordan, gonna play double play depth with Lisk and Anderson, ready if a ground ball should come. The 1-2 pitch on its way is a breaking ball that stays outside and evens the count at 2-2. Pleasant Grove is a very resilient team. They'll keep trying to score and score, and they'll keep playing hard throughout the rest of this ballgame. The 2-2 pitch on its way and swung on and lined into the gap. It's going to fall in front of Davis in left field. And a couple of men on here for Pleasant Grove in the third. So Braden Cox is now 2 for 2 with 2 base hits. And Chase Merrill, the right fielder, stands in. Merrill went down on strikes, swinging back in the first. We've seen Pleasant Grove do that throughout the tournament. They've just they might maybe lose the lead, but then they fight right back. And Merrill will stand in. Gomez set from the stretch and delivers home. And the pitch low for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Merrill will take a look down into the third base coaching box and get the sign. Gomez set on the mound, checks the runner. And the 1-0 pitch on the way comes low and inside for a ball, and it's 2-0. Two balls and no strikes, and a visit out here to the mound will be made by Jordan. This is the final game of the 5A state tournament and the final high school game for the spring baseball season. The 1A will have their season starting in August. So they do their fall baseball, they do their baseball in the fall. So 2 balls and no strikes to count here on Merrill. As the conference is over, Merrill's back in the box. And Morgan Gomez is looking in to get the sign from Shaver behind home plate. The runners get their lead, and the 2-0 pitch is on its way. That swung on line into the right center field gap. That's going to split the outfielders and go to the wall. Coming around third is going to be Edwards. He will score. Right behind him is Braden Cox. And on third with a stand-up 2-run triple is going to be Chase Merrill, and it's now a 4-3 game. A 2-run triple puts the tying run 90 feet away here in the bottom of the third inning, and Chase Merrill standing at third, and Brody Blackhurst coming to the plate. The lefty on lefty matchup, and the first pitch is swung on and pops to short, and the catch is made by Lisk, and there's 2 outs. So the second time tonight, Blackhurst has popped out to short, and with 2 away, Zach Peterson will come to the plate. Peterson we've seen primarily from the left side of the plate, but he'll stand in here right-handed against the left-handed Morgan Gomez. And the pitch coming home, swung on, grounded to second. It's fielded there by Anderson, his throw to first in time, and the third inning will come to an end. But Pleasant Grove fights back once again. They put 2 runs up in the third, and at the end of 3 complete from Brent Brown Ballpark, Jordan 4, Pleasant Grove 3. You're listening to the 2014 Class 5A State Championship game on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Back here on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com, the 2014 Class 5A State Championship game 7, 8, 9 coming up for the Jordan Beat Diggers. Christian Bailey, Seth Butterfield, and Parker Anderson will come up here against Logan Carlson. As right now, Jordan leading this one 4-3 as our friend Mr. Sunshine has decided to join us for this one. And the pitch swung on and chopped to short. Walker back there behind the second base bag will throw to first in time. A great throw made there from Easton Walker, and there's one out here in the fourth. And that's going to bring up Seth Butterfield. Butterfield in his at-bat in the second hit a ball deep into left center field that Zach Peterson made a diving catch on. And it was Ryan Cedillo running for Morgan Gomez who tagged up from second and scored. And the first pitch bounces in there and past the catcher for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes, as that one didn't quite make the 60 feet 6 inch mark. Probably somewhere around 58 feet or so. And the 1-0 pitch on its way is in there for a called strike at the knees, and the count goes even at 1 ball and 1 strike to the designated hitter, Seth Butterfield. Butterfield wears number 24, and the 1-1 pitch on its way comes inside on the breaking ball, but just stays a little inside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and 1 strike to count to Butterfield. The kick and the delivery comes home, and he takes outside ball 3, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Logan Carlson. Carlson set and will deliver home the 3-1. That swung on and popped up over towards the first baseline. Blackhurst is there, and Eldridge was the one who was going to catch it, but he couldn't get there. And the count will go full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. I'm not sure if Blackhurst there just kind of gave way to Eldridge. Anyway, miscommunication there, and the count will go full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls and 2 strikes with 1 down here in the top of the 4th inning. Logan Carlson, working from the windup, will kick and deliver home the 3-2. Swung on and foul tipped into the glove for out number, and the catcher dropped it, so it won't be the second out of the inning. And they're going to confer, and if the catcher dropped it, it should just be a foul ball. The catcher has to hold on the foul tip into the glove, and they're going to confer about it, a couple of the umpires from home plate and third, and figure out if this is an out or if this is a foul tip. To my understanding, the foul tip into the glove for the 3rd strike, the catcher does have to hold on. And they're gonna say that he did, and so it will be a strikeout. So Butterfield down on strikes. There's 2 outs in the 4th, and Parker Anderson will come to the plate. Anderson went down on strikes back in the 2nd, went down swinging, and the first pitch on its way home is just off the plate for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Carlson is ready and set, ready to go with the 1-0, and the kick and the delivery on its way, swung on, grounded to short, fielded there by Walker, his throw over in time, and the 4th inning for Jordan goes 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark. It's Jordan 4 and Pleasant Grove 3. You're listening to the 2014 Class 5A State Championship game on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Bottom half of the fourth inning, Matthew Wild swings and fouls the first pitch from Morgan Gomez away, and it's no balls and one strike. We thank you for listening in today on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com to the 5A State Baseball Championship game. Matthew Wild, Easton Walker, and Ben Eldridge coming up, and the 0-1 pitch, the delivery on its way, swung on and popped up foul, and we'll go back through and we'll make the count no balls and two strikes. Wild is 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to right back in the second. And Morgan Gomez set from the stretch. And the 0-2 pitch, well off the plate for a ball as he misses with the fastball, 1-2. With the location, I would say he wasn't really trying to put one over the plate there, just try to see if Wild would chase. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. So the fourth strikeout of the night for Morgan Gomez, and now we go back to the top of the Pleasant Grove lineup in Easton Walker. Walker has walked in both of his previous at-bats tonight, in the first and in the second. And Gomez is set and will deliver home the first pitch. Walker swings, lines that one to center. Hathaway coming over, slides, and he couldn't make the catch. Couldn't hold on, and so on first base is Easton Walker. We'll see here how they want to rule that, if it's going to be a hit or an error. And it looks like it's going to be an error against the center fielder Hathaway. So with one away now, Ben Eldridge will come to the plate. Eldridge has singled and also popped out to the pitcher. Getting his lead over at first is Easton Walker. And Gomez set from the stretch. And kicks and delivers home. And the first pitch is swung on and grounded to first. And Hayes will take it to the base to first himself, and there's 2 away. So 2 outs, and Easton Walker now sits on second base. And Peyton Henry will come up here with the tying run in scoring position. Henry's reached on a fielder's choice and struck out back in the third. Had a big 2-run double, though, back in game number 1. And the pitch on its way. Swung on, grounded to third. Mason Kruger is there. His throw in time over to first. And the fourth inning comes to an end pretty quickly. So the Vikings get their second hitter on and will strand him at second base. With 4 complete from Brent Brown Ballpark, it's Jordan 4, Pleasant Grove 3 at the 2014 Class 5A State Baseball Championship game on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Top half of the 5th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Jordan leading Pleasant Grove by a score of 4-3. And the top of the Jordan lineup due up here against Logan Carlson in the 5th. Mason Kruger, who back in the 3rd touched them all with a home run to right, stands in and swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. It's no balls and a strike. Kruger also tonight has popped out to the second baseman Ben Eldridge back in the 1st to start this ball game. No balls and a strike, and the delivery on its way. Swung on, and that's going to go foul. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Carlson tried to field it quickly enough to apply the tag on Kruger. But by the time Carlson had got there, the ball had already gone foul. So Kruger down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Logan Carlson set from the windup and delivers home. And that one, and he did go around, says our home plate umpire. And so Kruger down on strikes to open up the 5th inning. That is the 2nd strikeout of the night for Logan Carlson. And now Colton Shaver to come up with 1 out. Carlson will set and deliver home the first pitch to Shaver, who swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Shaver was intentionally walked with 1 out in the 1st, and then reached on an error in the 3rd. And then Colton Papik came in to run and scored for him. The 0-1 pitch, and that's on the outside corner. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes the count to Shaver. The kick on the delivery home is just off the plate for a ball. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cale Hathaway on deck for Jordan. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carlson kicks and delivers home the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts of Kruger and Shaver will make 2 outs here in the inning, and Cale Hathaway, who is 1 for 1 tonight with a double, he also walked back in the 1st, will step to the plate. Hathaway playing in center field, and the pitch on its way is swung on and fouled away. It's 0-1. Both Jordan and Pleasant Grove have been pretty aggressive at the plate, looking for first pitch fastballs. Set, ready to go, the 0-1 pitch. And the delivery on its way is swung on and bounced up the middle to short. Easton Walker is there, his throw to first in time. And the 5th inning is over. So we head to the bottom of the 5th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Jordan 4, Pleasant Grove 3. You're listening to the 2014 Class 5A State Championship game on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Back here at Brent Brown Ballpark, bottom half of the 5th inning. It'll be Logan Carlson, Braden Cox, and Chase Merrill coming up. And the first pitch to Logan Carlson is fouled away. And it's no balls and a strike as we play in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jordan 4, Pleasant Grove 3. Morgan Gomez set and the 0-1 pitch on its way. Swung on and Carlson fouls it back. And it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. No balls and 2 strikes. And the left-hander kicks and delivers home, and that one's way off the plate for a ball, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Braden Cox is 2 for 2, sits in the on-deck circle, getting loose as we speak, and the 1-2 pitch. That one's going to be bounced to short. It's going to be fielded, and the throw to first in time, and there's one away as Drew Lisk made a nice play on what could have been a very tough hop. It was a high hop, and he fielded it when it was at the low point on the ground. So Braden Cox will come to the plate, 2 for 2 on the night. A single in the first and a single and a run scored in the third for the Vikings of Pleasant Grove. Gomez is looking in, gets the sign from Shaver, delivers home. And the pitch is low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Gomez set, working from the windup, or from the stretch, the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Braden Cox. Infield for Jordan, playing back at normal depth along with the outfield. Bailey and Wright maybe a few steps further back. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed again. It's 1-2. So Gomez has gone with a fastball high and away, and Braden Cox has swung through 2 of them, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gomez sets and delivers home the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and grounded to second. Fielded by Parker Anderson. His throw to first in time, and there's 2 outs. So 2 outs in the 5th, and Chase Merrill will come up. Merrill has struck out swinging in the first and had a 2-run triple back in the third that scored both the Pleasant Grove runs in the inning, and then he got stranded on at third. Gomez set and delivers home, and the first pitch is low for a ball. It's 1-0. Hathaway in center field. Now they're kind of playing pretty straight away now. He was playing in left center. Now kind of moves to dead center. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and popped up. Over by first base. Hayes is there, and he'll make the catch in foul ground, and the 5th inning is over. At the end of 5 complete from Brent Brown Ballpark, it's Jordan 4, Pleasant Grove 3. You're listening to the 2014 Class 5A State Baseball Tournament on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Top half of the 6th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark. The middle part of the Jordan lineup, 4, 5, and 6, due up here against Logan Carlson. As the Beat Diggers with a 1-run lead, I'm sure would like to add a run or 2 of insurance as we get in the later innings. Mason Hayes stands in. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He's flown out to center, grounded to first, and he takes a first pitch strike just below the belt, and it's no balls and 1 strike. It looks like that's Mason Kruger, the right-hander, now getting loose in the Jordan bullpen. And it is sure in fact number 21. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and fouled back, and it's quickly 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Mason Hayes. And ready, kicks and delivers. And called strike 3 on the outside corner. The 4th strikeout for Logan Carlson. And gets Hayes looking, and now Drew Lisk will come to the plate. Lisk has popped out to short tonight and had a 2-run single in the 3rd. Ready, kicks and delivers does Carlson, and that pitch is going to stay high for a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Morgan Gomez on deck for Jordan. 1 ball and no strikes. The kick and the delivery on its way, and that one stays just a bit outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Carlson set, getting ready from the windup, and kicks and delivers the 2-0 pitch. Is on the inside corner and a little bit low, but a called strike. And it makes the count 2 balls and a strike to Drew Lisk. Lisk, an open stance in the box, has a 2-1 pitch on its way. Ground ball hit to third. It's going to be bobbled and misplayed by Wild and get into left field. And so a 1 out, I would imagine here that I would think that'd be rule, and they're going to give Wild an error. So Lisk reaches on the error by Wild, and Morgan Gomez will come up. Gomez has walked and then also reached on a fielder's choice. And the pitch is in there at the knees for a strike with the fastball, and it's no balls and a strike. Pleasant Grove up the middle will go into double play depth with Walker and Eldridge. No balls and 1 strike. Carlson delivers, bunt showed, pulls it back, snap throw to first, but back underneath the tag was Drew Lisk. And we're even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away, top of the 6th inning. Morgan Gomez against Logan Carlson, pickoff move, and diving back again and getting back is Drew Lisk. 1 ball and 1 strike, working here from the stretch. Carlson sets, checks the runners, and delivers home, and that pitch is low for a ball, and the count moves to 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and 1 strike to count on Morgan Gomez, the Jordan pitcher. Blackhurst holding on Drew Lisk, and the 2-1 pitch is swung on, hit to left. It's going to hang for Braden Cox to make the catch, and the 2nd out of the inning is recorded. So 2 outs, and Christian Bailey will be the man to come to the plate. Bailey has had a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd and grounded out to short in the 4th inning. As we play the late innings here of a 1-run ball game with a state championship on the line. And the pitch, and that's on the outside corner with the fastball, and no balls and a strike as Bailey pulled the bunt back at the last second. 4-3, Jordan on top of Pleasant Grove. Winner gets the state championship. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball that ends up over the middle of the plate for a called strike. And it's no balls and 2 strikes to Christian Bailey. Drew Lisk gets his lead over at first. Carlson set from the stretch, delivers high for a ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Seth Butterfield getting loose in the on-deck circle for Jordan if the inning should extend. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carlson delivers, that's high with the fastball, and the count goes even at 2-2. So the count's even, 2 balls and 2 strikes here with 2 gone in the 6th inning. A 1-run lead for Jordan. Carlson sets and delivers home, and that's low and away, ball 3. And now the count runs full. So Drew Lisk will likely here with 2 outs. The minute Carlson releases that ball, he will take off. Three balls and 2 strikes to the count. Carlson sets, delivers the 3-2, swung on and fouled away by Christian Bailey, and we'll redo the 0-2. A veteran team for Jordan. Looking down their roster, a lot of seniors on this team. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lisk gets his lead. He's taking off. The pitch is swung on and popped up foul. Three balls and 2 strikes to count on Christian Bailey. Logan Carlson coming set. and delivers the 3-2, and Bailey again finds a way to make contact and stays alive, and the count will go to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls and 2 strikes. Now on the outside corner, taken for ball 4. So Jordan here will get a couple of runners on, and Seth Butterfield will come up. Butterfield has a sacrifice fly in the second and a strikeout in the 4th. And now Mason Kruger along with Colton Shaver will make their way back into the dugout for Jordan, as Kruger would be due up second. Breaking ball in there for a called strike to Butterfield, and it's no balls and a strike. That one just broke right over the heart of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Runners get their leads. And the 0-1 delivery on the way. Another breaking ball that hits the outside corner for a called strike. And it's no balls and 2 strikes to Seth Butterfield. No balls and 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch on its way. Called strike 3. The 5th strikeout for Logan Carlson tonight. And we still have ourselves a 1-run ball game. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's Jordan 4, Pleasant Grove 3. You're listening to the 2014 Class 5A State Championship game on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Back here at Brent Brown Ballpark, the bottom of the 6th inning, the Pleasant Grove Vikings coming up. They do trail this one 1-0, and it will be 7-8-9. Brody Blackhurst, Zach Peterson, and Matthew Wild to come up here. Brody Blackhurst is 0 for 2 tonight, has popped out to Drew Lisk at short in both his at-bats, and he takes a first pitch called strike, and it's 0-1. Morgan Gomez out there to begin the bottom of the 6th inning for Jordan. The 0-1 pitch on the way. That one's a fastball that misses well outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gomez sets, gets the sign from Shaver, and delivers the 1-1 pitch. That's on the inside corner for a called strike. And Brody Blackhurst is down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Set, ready to go. Gomez again will kick and deliver home. That one swung on and rolled to first, but foul into the first base coaching box, and we'll redo the 1-2. We thank you for tuning in today on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com as we conclude the high school baseball season in the state of Utah. The 1-2 pitch on its way home is swung on and fouled back, and it's 1-2. The 4A state championship game being played this morning at 11 o'clock. And Bountiful, the Braves defeating the Spanish Fork Dons. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the kick and the delivery on its way. Swung on and rolled foul again under the first base coaching box. And we'll once again get set and redo a 1-2 pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Working from, I want to call it the stretch, is Gomez, and that pitch stays away, and it evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes, set, ready to go. The kick and the delivery home from Gomez, swung on and fouled back. The 3A state championship last week went to Grantsville. And the 2A state championship went to Emory. And the 2-2 pitch on its way, swung on and missed. Blackhurst down on strikes. That is the 5th strikeout of the night for Gomez, and Zach Peterson will come to the plate. Peterson is 0 for 2, went down swinging in the second, down looking in the second, and grounded out to second in the 3rd inning. And Gomez delivers the first pitch. Peterson pulls it foul, and it's 0-1. Matthew Wild would be due up next for Pleasant Grove. No balls and a strike. The kick and the delivery on its way. That sits on the outside corner. And it's a called strike, and it's 0-2. So quickly, it's no balls and 2 strikes to Zach Peterson. And Gomez delivers the 0-2, and that's just off the plate. And the count will go 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gomez set, gets the 1-2 on the way, swung on, and that one's popped up foul. We'll redo the 1-2 pitch. The second game here of the 5A state championship, Pleasant Grove winning the first one 4-3. And this one 4-3 in favor of Jordan this time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gomez delivers home, swung on, grounded to second. It's bobbled and misplayed by Anderson. And so Peterson, the tying run, is on at first with 1 away. Just an easy ground ball that was really tailor-made there for Anderson, and he just bobbled it there. And now we go bring up Matthew Wild. Wild is 0 for 2 on the night, flew out to right, and also struck out swinging in the 4th. Wild, though, was 2 for 3 in the first game with 2 RBIs for the Vikings. Runner gets his lead over at first is Peterson. And the delivery on its way is a called strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Easton Walker and the top of the Pleasant Grove lineup will follow Wild here. No balls and a strike. Zach Peterson gets his lead at first. The no ball, 1 strike count to Matthew Wild. He stands back in the box. Peterson gets his lead at first. Gomez will throw over, and back standing up is Peterson. In between innings, Mason Kruger was warming up down in the Jordan bullpen. We'll keep an eye on that to see if he has to come in. That's a line drive caught by List. The throw over to first doubles off Peterson at first, and the 6th inning is over for Pleasant Grove. A great play by Drew List, flashing the glove after he flashed the bat in the top half of the inning. And now we head to the 7th and final inning. At the end of 6 complete, it's Jordan 4, Pleasant Grove 3. You're listening to the 2014 Class 5A State Championship game on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Jordan leading Pleasant Grove 4-3. And the Beat Diggers will try one final time here to get an insurance run. Parker Anderson, Mason Kruger, Colton Shaver due up. And Parker Anderson's in the box, and the first pitch is swung on and popped up. Over towards the dugout for Jordan. It's going to get about 3 rows back. It'll be 0-1 to Parker Anderson. Anderson went down swinging in the 2nd and grounded out to short in the 4th. Logan Carlson came in and started pitching in the middle of the 3rd inning after Mason Kruger hit the home run, the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be they're going to say is foul tipped, and it's going to be strike number 2, and it's 0-2 to Anderson. No balls and 2 strikes the count. The kick and the delivery on its way. That one's just off the plate for a ball, and it makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Anderson, Kruger, Shaver coming up here in the 7th for Jordan. The 1-2 pitch just misses low, and the count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes. The kick and the delivery home. A breaking ball. It swung on and grounded to short. Walker deep in the hole. His throw crossed in time, and there's 1 out. A long throw by Easton Walker, and he made it look easy, and there's 1 away, and that brings up Mason Kruger and the top of the Jordan lineup. Kruger has popped out to 2nd, hit a home run, and struck out in his last at-bat in the 5th. Easton Walker sets and delivers home. The first pitch is a breaking ball that's low, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Colton Shaver to follow. 1 ball and no strikes. And the kick and the delivery home. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. And we're even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Pleasant Grove right now will need 1 to tie and 2 to win a state title in the bottom of the 7th. The 1-1 pitch, the kick and the delivery home, is on the outside corner, and it's a call to strike, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Logan Carlson changed some speeds there, looks like he dropped in a changeup. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Carlson kicks and delivers home, and that one's going to be grounded to 2nd. It's fielded by Eldridge, his throw to 1st in time. There's 2 outs. And that's going to bring up Colton Shaver. And Colton Shaver will stand in. He has been intentionally walked, reached on an error, and struck out. And here they're going to take the bat out of Shaver's hands in the 7th. Much to the dislike of the Jordan fans. And now we'll see Colton Pappick come in to run for Shaver. And Cale Hathaway will stand in. So Hathaway has doubled and scored a run in the 3rd. He walked back in the 1st and grounded out to short in the 5th. Hathaway will hit here from the left side of the plate. And the first pitch on its way is a fastball that catches the outside corner, and it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike the count. Working from the stretch, and Carlson throws over, and back to the bag is Pappick. Pappick came around to score the run in the 3rd for Shaver on the Hathaway double. No balls and a strike, and the delivery comes. That one's just low for a ball. And the count will even at 1-1. Sorry, he did not score on the double by Hathaway. He scored on the Drew Lisk 2-run single. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Carlson from the stretch. Checks the runner at 1st and delivers home, and that's a breaking ball. It stays away, and the count goes to 2-1. Peterson in center field, shaded a little more towards left center. A big hole out there for Hathaway in right center field. A 2-1 pickoff move, diving back and just getting under the tag was Papik. Carlson, a pretty quick move to first, and he almost got him there. 2 balls and a strike. And here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and grounded right through the hole on the right side for a base hit. Papik will head down to third, and Jordan has runners on the corners here with 2 outs. So a big RBI opportunity for Mason Hayes. He's 0 for 3 in this one. A chance to add that much wanted insurance run, as it will be Hayes, who has flown out to center, grounded to first, and struck out looking in the 6th. Hayes will wear number 9. Hit a home run yesterday in the win over Layton. Runners on the corners, Papik at third, Hathaway at first. Carlson set from the stretch. Delivers the first pitch, a breaking ball. That stays high for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Drew Lisk to follow for Jordan if the inning should extend past Mason Hayes here. 1 ball and no strikes. Working from the stretch, set, ready to go. And delivers the pitch. Swung on and hit well to center. Peterson's going to get there under it, and he makes the catch. Pleasant Grove's down to their final 3 outs of their baseball season. They need at least 1 to tie. They need 2 to win the state championship. We'll see what the Vikings do after this. You're listening to the 2014 Class 5A State Championship on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. It all comes down to this for the Pleasant Grove Vikings. They have 3 outs, and they need at least 1 run to tie. They need 2, and they will win the state championship. It will be the top of the lineup for Pleasant Grove. Easton Walker, Ben Eldridge, and Peyton Henry due up, and they will go up against the left-hander, Morgan Gomez. Easton Walker has found his way on. He's walked twice tonight and also reached on an error. The Pleasant Grove fans are coming to their feet here, and the first pitch to Walker is low for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. The first baseline is covered in dark blue. The third baseline, a good majority of it's maroon, and the 1-0 pitch is in there for a called strike, and the count runs even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Gomez is set from the windup. Will begin his approach home. The 1-1 pitch, ground ball, bounce to second. Anderson's there. He fields it cleanly. Throw to first in time. And there's 1 out in the 7th inning. And the Jordan Beat Diggers are now 2 outs away from winning a state championship. And Ben Eldridge will come to the plate. Eldridge singled in the first, popped out to the pitcher, and grounded to first in his last at bat, coming back in the 4th inning. And the first pitch is away for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. The last hit off Morgan Gomez was Chase Merrill's 2-run triple that happened back in the 3rd inning. The 1-0 pitch on its way. Eldridge swings, hits that one to center. Back there is Hathaway. He makes the catch, and there's 2 outs in the 7th inning. And Pleasant Grove's down to their final out. And it will be Peyton Henry, the catcher, to come to the plate here. 4-3 lead for Jordan. Henry has hit into a fielder's choice, struck out, and grounded out to third back in the 4th inning. Morgan Gomez set ready to deliver the first pitch. And the delivery comes home, and it's taken for a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to count on Peyton Henry. Gomez kicks and delivers the 0-1, and that's in there for called strike 2 on the outside corner. Pleasant Grove down to their final strike. You have to swing at anything close if you're Peyton Henry here. Morgan Gomez sets, kicks, and delivers the 0-2, and that's a fastball. It's way off the plate. It's 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Morgan Gomez set, kicks, and delivers the 1-2. Swung on, hit to right field. Going back is Bailey, and that ball is off the wall. Henry's gonna go into second with a slide-in double, and Pleasant Grove is still alive. I had to pause momentarily as I thought that ball might have been gone, but it was off the top of the wall, and now we'll have a pinch runner. It will be Gavin Barr coming in to run at second base, and now it will be Jade Smoot, the pitcher. And it will be Smoot to come to the plate. He'll re-enter here, and I think we're gonna have a visit to the mound. We will have a quick visit to the mound, and you have to wonder here if they might go to Mason Kruger. Kruger earlier in the game was wearing some white long sleeves. Now, if you're gonna pitch, you cannot wear the white long sleeves. He now has those taken off, which could lead to mean that if Jordan needs him to, he could come in and try to shut the door on this one. Smoot had the RBI single back in the first. And it's going to be Morgan Gomez to begin the at-bat here to Smoot. And Colton Edwards is actually going to now run instead of Gavin Barr. So now we'll see here, Morgan Gomez to Jade Smoot. Pleasant Grove puts the tying run on second base. He hit back in the first inning, had an RBI single. Lefty on lefty matchup. Gomez checks the runner at second, delivers the first pitch to Smoot, and he takes low, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. If Smoot should reach, Braden Cox, who's 2 for 3 today, is on deck. 1 ball and no strikes to the count. Morgan Gomez gets the sign, checks the runner, and delivers the 1-0 pitch, and it's taken inside, ball 2, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls and no strikes to Jade Smoot, re-entering the game to hit in the pitching spot. 2 balls and no strikes. Edwards gets his lead at second. And the 2-0 pitch on its way. Swung on and rolled over to first. Hayes with it. The flip over to Gomez covering, and the Jordan Beat Diggers have won the 2014 Class 5A State Baseball Championship, defeating Pleasant Grove 4-3 here in 7 in a dramatic game that came down to the final at-bat as they all are congregating out past second base. Jordan uses a 3-run third inning to take a 4-1 lead, and that's all they would need. They would just need 4, and the Jordan Beat Diggers are your 2014 Class 5A Utah State Baseball Champions, and the high school baseball season in the state of Utah will come to an end. Congratulations to the Jordan Beat Diggers on winning their state championship. What a tournament and what a couple of weeks it's been here at Brent Brown Ballpark through the 3A, the 4A, and the 5A tournaments. I have enjoyed it thoroughly. I thank everyone at home for listening on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. For our team here at KSL and DeseretNews.com, I'm Ryan Pickens signing off. Once again, our final score, the Jordan Beat Diggers 4, the Pleasant Grove Vikings 3, and Jordan is the 2014 Class 5A State Baseball Champions. Have a great night, everybody.